Looks like, let's see what weapon comps we will be seeing. It looks like, I know I saw is that a blaster? Yes, a blaster on Azure. And with good Mai-ning, we have AK slashing machine, splash.
Yeah,
What are your thoughts on this comp?
I'm very excited to see how that tent plays out for them. I don't normally see tent on tower control. Honestly, this might be my first time seeing it. So again, I really want to see how that works out. But wow, I mean, people are falling almost immediately. Very quick 2 down on Azure, and yet they are still the ones first to take the tower with Shy shooting off those missiles, and unfortunately they do go down. The blob here on Azure is still, though, maintaining a presence, but good Mai-ning is very quick to recover from that, and now we have the heavy remix on the tower with that Booyah at the ready as well. 2 specials online that both of them are getting popped, Suction Bomb Rush as well as the Booyah Bomb, and so with that, that first checkpoint is very, very quickly falling to good Mai-ning.
Yes, and it looks like just Azure is trying to hold that, but they don't have any specials up right now. The Blob Lobber is getting pretty close.
Yeah, there's the Blob Lobber with their
There's
Ink
the Storm, but they go down
Slosher
to the sloshing machine.
Yeah, and that's going to be 3 down for Azure right there. The Shy, though, able to pull off that pick. Really nice job from them. You see all the MPU they're wearing. However, good Mai-ning is still very much working on that tower. They are 2 down, still maintaining a presence. Shadow there in the corner with those bubbles, and that tent shield somehow still alive. I don't know how they survived that. But meanwhile, Azure is using this opportunity to make more of a presence in mid, though that blaster has very quickly fallen to Lux on the heavy Splatling remix, who is very nicely keeping this perch there. You can see that they're pretty much the designated tower rider for good Mai-ning here.
And that's 3 down on Azure. It looks like good Mai-ning is going to start another push.
Yeah, the pressure that good Mai-ning has on Azure right now is relentless, and they are very quickly approaching that second checkpoint. And really, right here is where the game starts to turn.
And good Mai-ning has all specials right now. They can just go crazy.
Oh yeah, definitely. You saw that tent pop, the bubbles, the armor coming out though for Azure, trying to get some form of defense in here. Very nice pick from Mudcup on that K machine. However, falling themselves to a bomb and kills going left and right, but that's going to be, again, 3 down on Azure. It looks to be a 1v1 right now, actually, though, with that blaster versus the tent. And Shadow still maintaining a presence despite not having too many of their teammates behind them, which is really impressive in itself. That push for good Mai-ning is going to end there, but Azure is still losing members.
Yes, it looks like they may be able to get another push started. Yes, it looks like it. Azure does have armor with the junior to maybe stop it. We see the blaster coming in, and the Bamboo gets a nice snipe.
Yeah, really, really nice. I mean, we all know how the Charger versus Splatling matchup is, and it just happened to be in Shy's favor at that moment. You see them using their long range as well as the notable ink that they're putting out with all of those shots. They have the missiles as well, and all of this will help Azure to push back into mid, because right now good Mai-ning has a lot of hold on mid, and Azure needs to build up this control so that they can make their way to mid, and then after that.
Nice snipe from Shy right there.
Oh yeah, Shy's getting some really nice picks on this Bamboo. They're actually going to hop on tower, and hopefully Azure is able to make some sort of a push out of this.
Those missiles could help build some.
2 down on good Mai-ning as well. This is their opening right here.
And this is it right here. If there's a point to come back, this looks like a perfect opportunity.
Oh, definitely. I mean, look at that. The members of Azure, with that the help of that Ink Storm, have already pushed up so far. They have such a heavy presence, as well as with
the armor.
Yeah, the armor, the bombs, all of these super jumps, the splashdown. And meanwhile, Shy here just sitting pretty on the tower, helping their teammates with
the blaster goes down. It's only looks like it's only the junior and the Bamboo right now.
The members of Mai-ning are coming back now, but Azure is getting closer and closer to that lead, and they're still taking people down. Shy here tap shotting frantically. They're doing everything they can. We've got less than a minute left right now, and the leads are so close right now. All they have to do is get about halfway through that checkpoint, but 2 go down, 3 go down on good Mai-ning though. It is Pika versus...
And Azure gets it.
They get it. They take the lead right here. Lux able to take Pika out, but they did lose the lead by 5 points. You've got 35 seconds left in this game, and now it is up to good Mai-ning to somehow pull off this huge push pretty much all the way across the map.
Good Mai-ning's building up their specials and getting a pick on Shy.
Yeah, having 3 specials is going to be really helpful, especially once that K-Machine comes back in. That 10's already used their bubbles. The splash, though, unfortunately going down. Lux here doing everything they can.
Oh, that was a nice art from the Blah Blobber.
Yeah, the fall off from the Blah Blobber, they're just not able to see that happening. Soldier there, splashdown getting canceled. And yeah, I mean, yeah, Azure still is maintaining.
Looks like it's it.
Oh,
First
yeah.
game.
I mean, Azure was on the tower very close to the end, but they just had no choice but to fall off, and that is going to be our first game to Azure.
Man, if this game is what is going to come up next, I'm so excited to see the rest of this top 16.
This is our first game of top 16, and look at those huge KA points. I mean, Lux on 17, and another teammate not far behind. That's really impressive for just one game.
Yeah, it's very impressive. And what it probably shows is that even if it's so high, you probably have to be getting some assists. So just the team synergy of being able to follow up if someone gets like a hit or two.
Definitely.
To just be able to secure a kill. That's what top level is about, the communication throughout the team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, assists are not a bad thing. It shows that you're helping. I mean, 2v1s are always better than 1v1s. So just having that help from your team is absolutely huge. We're seeing some moments here from replays. We've got just kill after kill after kill. People are falling left and right now. And these are some moments. We've got Shy here on the bamboo with a really nice pick on Lux. And here is where the lead was taken by Azure.
Yes, both of these teams are just so aggressive. Kill after kill, left and right. It barely gives us a chance to catch our breath.
Yeah, I mean, there's always so much going on that I feel like when I'm talking about something, I'm missing something else that's happening.
Absolutely. And it looks like both teams are getting ready to go to, it looks like Rainmaker on Sturgeon Shipyard.
Oh, boy. I know we've seen Sturgeon. Have we seen Rainmaker on Sturgeon yet?
I'm not sure. In my pools, I don't believe I've seen it.
That's fair. Well, whether this is a new experience or not, it's certainly going to be a very interesting one. Rainmaker Sturgeon games, they can either be 5-minute long agonizing struggles through mid, or they can be very fast-paced, very high scoring. We've got some weapon changes as well. Lux is switching over to the C-Jet for that Stingray, I presume. And then we've got the Foil Squeezer coming out, as well as a Tri-Slosher Nouveau and a
Lux
different
already
set
on
kit.
70% of that Stingray.
Well, that's what you get when you have a special charge up C-Jet. As a C-Jet player, I can very much vouch. And the first to fall is that Junior from Azure. With this Stingray already happening, Azure is in a little bit of trouble. We've got 2 down on both sides.
And that's a pick on Pika.
Oh, yeah. I mean, people are falling very early. We're not even 30 seconds into the match yet. The Rainmaker is also still untouched.
And it looks like we're in a kind of neutral state right now. A few skirmishes happening throughout the map, but it looks like Azure has chosen to pick up the Rainmaker and try and push it on their right.
Yeah, Azure first to pick up. Shadow is still on this side, but is under very heavy fire, choosing to pop that curling bomb rush, though. And that combination of that, as well as the Stingray, is going to stop the Rainmaker right in its tracks. Beautiful double on the side of Shadow, and with that, 3 on Azure fall. That early push only getting them to 75.
Looks like the rest of Good Mining is going to push ahead and try and get some map control while Lux picks up. Soldier going to try and push right, but it looks like they're looking more on the left side to push the Rainmaker.
Yeah, you notice that Soldier is all by themselves, but they are going to very quickly catch up to their team. They have those bubbles as well to protect, and it's likely those are going to be used pretty soon up in this more congested high point. And there we go. There are the bubble pops.
Well, there goes the blaster for this
yeah,
choke point, but then Lux falls off with the Rainmaker.
I believe they might have done that intentionally, because there's that little trick where if you dive into the void there, it gets you more points before you die. So that is actually a bit of an exploit that can be used here on Sturgeon. Whether that was intentional or not, they have the lead right now at 37 remaining.
So it looks like Azure will try to start their counterpoint, but they go down with a bomb from Marku.
That's the beauty of the Tri-Nouveau. You can get those splat bomb kills. Very, very nice.
Absolutely. Looks like Shy's trying to go for a few snipes here, and it looks like the Rainmaker is going to get reset back to mid.
Yep. We've got missiles getting popped
Missiles popped that looked like on all 4 on Good Mining.
Ooh, the combination of the Ray and the And
Those bubbles are
and the
deadly.
rain.
There's another jump.
Oh my goodness,
But
all
it
of
looks like
these
the blaster
specials.
didn't make it out and made the jump
Oh,
up
they
there.
made the jump. They're trying their best. Rays here taking the Rainmaker and running with it. Everybody's behind them. Smudcup has been taken down, but Shy has been able to jump to the Rainmaker. Rays unfortunately getting taken out.
The Rainmaker
Pika
goes
under
down.
heavy. Yeah,
That's three down on Azure.
Unfortunately, it was a bit of a take it and run, a good effort, but unfortunately just not quite enough. We've got Mai-ning on the Rainmaker right now. That Toxic Mist right in front of them, but the Rays come to help them out. All of these specials on Good Mining just so good right now. And
Absolutely.
we've got them.
Looks like the tent's about to get theirs. But
yeah, just so much crossfire on that Rainmaker taking him out.
looks like Shy's going for a few snipes, and the Rainmaker's pop. Shy pops the 10 missiles to try and make some space for themselves and the rest of their team.
Yeah, those missiles are really going to help with scattering Good Mining. Unfortunately, they're already 2 down, and really, with the Rainmaker being one of the others alive, Shy is almost on their own defending, so that Rainmakers decide to jump off to reset it. But look at all of the map control right now that Good Mining has, and they've also got 3 specials online. Really, Azure just needs to build up specials. They need to get picks. They just need to do a lot of things, and none of those things are happening for them right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at the weapon comp of Good Mining, we can see it's relatively long range with that squeeze and that jet sculpture.
Yeah.
So trying to keep that mid control for them is going to be very important, or else they might have a hard time getting it back.
Rays on the blast are getting a very crucial pick though, and that splashdown making some room for them. Trying to get that 10 does, but unfortunately is taken out by a curling bomb from the rush. See Pika trying to squid bag their way up that uninkable ramp, but is unfortunately not going to make it. We have under a minute left right now, and it is still Good Mining in with the lead. Mai-ning on the try, just immediately, look how quickly they are inking over all of this turf in mid right here. It was just in the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
Oh, bomb kill again.
Good bomb kill.
Their timing is impeccable this match.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta chuck a bomb and hope for the best. The really good players, they can see where people are probably going to be at any given moment.
Oh, definitely. You see, they kept on doing that. Although they're not getting the picks, they're definitely delaying a lot of people. Azure here going in for yet another push, but they don't have any picks right now. Mudcup
the squeezer gets the Rainmaker.
Yeah, running ahead, and unfortunately without the protection from their teammates. Azure is still having a chance, but this GG Ray, and so the combination of that and Soldier taking the Rainmaker, jumping off with it, resetting it. And I don't know if
that's not going to give them.
That's going to lead to overtime.
Overtime.
But the thing is, no members of Azure are back. Well, okay, I guess they did have a member back there then to grab the Rainmaker and go for another overtime push. Do remember, they only have as much time as the Rainmaker timer, so their time is not unlimited. All these curling bombs coming up, but 2 down on Azure.
Ray.
The GG Ray, but 3 down. That C-Jet's the only one left. Shy, all Shy has to do is dodge it right now.
And Shy's going.
Shy is going and going. They have to just swim up.
Azure's going to get it.
Azure gets the lead again, just clutching it out. That was beautiful. I mean, you saw that path to the pedestal was inked all the way. If we had just a little bit more time, they could have KO'd that, honestly. They didn't need to, but they might have been able to.
Gosh, these games are just so good. I'm not sure if my heart's going to be able to handle this whole set.
Yeah, I mean, it's just another pattern of Good Mining, holding it, and Azure just surging forward, able to take it in the last second somehow. I wonder if this momentum will continue to work in their favor.
Yeah, hopefully, but it's going to be Clam Blitz Piranha Pit, it looks like. And
that's a tough one to come back on.
Clam Blitz arguably takes some of the most team coordination in the entire game, which for top 16 probably is an issue, but every little bit more team coordination you can get for Clam Blitz, even like a second of realizing that your teammate has 9, you throw them 1, and then they get a power clam into the basket.
Yeah, I mean, team coordination is huge, and it is just so much stronger at a LAN when you see these people in person. I mean, there are pickups here. You get together with people, you play with them for 30 minutes, your coordination is so much stronger than, honestly, maybe if you had played with them online for like 2 hours. The difference is just, it's amazing.
Yes, the LAN experience is very special, and I'm glad that I've been to. This is my 3rd one, and I'm just glad that each one's been awesome. I've met awesome people, and it's just been I'm really glad that I've had them in my life. So
That's really cool. Yeah, for like you said, we're going on to Clam Blitz on Piranha Pit, which this one is just one long line. I believe I casted this one yesterday as well, and it's just like those large areas on the side, they aren't used unless you're farming armor or something, but why would you go down there? It's so far away from everything.
yeah, it's literally like tug of war. You can see the map go back and forth, and when it goes down, it goes to the other side, and that's when the push happens. Splatoon's very good at you being able to visually see like what team has the higher hand at almost any given moment just by looking at the map.
Yeah, I mean, you open the map, you see the colors, you pretty much know who is in the advantage, and that's one really cool thing. It's just, there's so many visual cues in Splatoon, and just the bright atmosphere. I know that's the whole point of the game, but it's just really cool.
Yes, it's just, Splatoon's, there's nothing like it, am I right? It's just, I knew Nintendo would release this colorful shooter in 2015, and then 6 years later we'd all be here.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's amazing. I mean, I got into this game purely by chance. I just saw a random video about it, thought, huh, that looks cool. And I guess 2.5, almost 3 years later, I'm here now. And I never expected something like this to happen. This is my first time being here at a LAN, my first time commentating. But
and it looks like we have some highlights
in person,
from
yes,
last match. With Lux with that Ray.
Yeah, the
right at the
immediate
start of the
pick.
match.
We've got Shadow here on the curling bomb rush, getting the Rainmaker, getting a second person with the tent as well, that leading to 3 down on Azure. We've also got just the attempted take it and run pick of the Rainmaker by Raze. How they got up there, I don't even know, but they certainly did, and they very much fought to get that up there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we've also got Soldier jumping it off the edge, which did result in overtime, but the overtime actually, wasn't that the overtime that cost them?
No.
Was no, or am I mixing things up?
I think they dropped it off too early and it let them grab it up again. I think if they did it a little later, they would have secured their win.
Overtime rules are very funky.
But that match is in the past. We have a brand new one right here for you.
And we've got an Explasher, a custom Explasher at that. Not something you see all the time, especially not an expo outside of splat zones, but I am very much in favor of this, and
already a pick. Look at that.
Oh my goodness.
2 picks.
Oh my goodness, Lux showing off their anchor skill.
And that's 3 down on Azure already.
Oh,
Last one's Blah Blobber, and they're down.
That's a delayed triple on the side of Lux. Goodness, I mean, I wasn't questioning the Explasher pick, but they make me feel like I was questioning it with how good they currently played. Shy up there, you can see them unfortunately falling victim to all of the suction bombs that were thrown up there. We've already got it down to 68, and we're not 45 seconds into the match yet. Soldier's got that one, Maikaru's got one as well, and meanwhile the members of Azure are trying to get back in, but when so much of this map is orange, so much of this bottom part here, they really don't have any room in their own home turf to maneuver.
Absolutely. And it looks like Good Mai-ning's possibly out of clams for now, unless Shadow can get there, and they do, keeping it open for now, but then Good Mai-ning all goes down. Looks like it's their time to get some map control and get a counter push in.
Yeah, as they're able to stop it before it gets too bad. 44 is not a great place for them to be in, but it is certainly much, much better than all of the damage that Good Mai-ning could have done. And you see they've already got clams under them, 21 at that. And the squeezer is down as well, so as long as they can get a couple of more picks, likely they'll be able to push in here. You see Mudcup both and Pika going in. Pika with a beautiful blah blah pick, very, very nice. And they've got all of these clams that they can push into. So Azure also showing that they definitely have what it takes. Already got it down to 50 and counting.
Absolutely. Looks like Azure probably going to take the
clam.
lead here, but I'm not sure if I see any clams around that basket now.
There's one, but Raze is occupied.
But Mudcup gets it.
One clam for the lead. Mudcup just stealing in, able to get that. Shy still there as well. Unfortunately, that's going to be 3 down with the Blah Blobber, the only one remaining, but still a very, very nice and fast counter push from Azure.
Absolutely. Like we said, this map is just a tug of war. You can see it go back and forth,
yeah.
back and forth.
That's 3 down on Good Mai-ning, though. Azure is likely going to take this opportunity to push up. Raze, unfortunately, going just a tad too fast and getting taken out, which lets Soldier pop those bubbles, and with the help of the Explo, hopefully win some more fights. Fortunately, Soldier goes down, which is it's basically just tug of war, like you said, people going down, people respawning, but Azure looks like they have the upper hand with all of this purple right now.
Absolutely. The map's just covered in it, and it looks like they're getting another basket, but 3 on Azure goes down. Muck Up trying to get as much as they can into it, and it looks like that push is done.
Yeah, they got it all the way down to 34, and that is great considering they also had penalty as well. This also stalled out Good Mining more,
Absolutely.
but now they've got 2 power clams under them and even more smaller clams. They have this rail as well, and with the coordination that we've been seeing out of Good Mining, it's very likely they'll be able to put this together into a substantial push.
Absolutely. They're almost all the players on Good Mining are near their specials.
Ooh, Maikaru using those bubbles as a shield, but unfortunately...
Oh, but they go down to Mud Cup.
Yeah, Shadow here on the hammer, but it's only them and their Explo friend left. Explo's ballering in using that.
Was trying to get a pick with the baller, but but they jump out, saving themselves the respawn time.
Yeah, they do manage to get out, but unfortunately those clams do not go in and are lost. We are 10 points within both. We are 10 points apart right now as we head into the last minute and 15 seconds of this match. Azure is maintaining mid-control, though only by a fraction as Good Mining begins to come back into the game.
2 down on Azure.
Ooh, that drop pick from Shy, really, really nice. Oh, goodness.
Shy attacked by a wild Splash-O-Matic.
Yeah, a wild Splash-O-Matic in their natural habitat, and just like that, control is flipping back to Good Mining. They also have a decent amount of clams to their name, with being able to make a power clam very, very soon. My crew likely not picking that up because they don't want their position to be automatically revealed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a nice move to go around with 9 clams so that you can make a power clam as soon as you need to, but they're probably going to very, very soon. And there we go. There's the coordination just to immediately go, hey, throw me a clam. And Shy's gone down as well, but that is
2-2 with Azure's creeping in behind them.
2-2, but Good Mining doesn't have any clams on them, and so with that, they're not going to be able to get any follow-up at all. I believe, though, if they get a power clam in, I believe that would secure them the win.
Possibly. Yes, it looks like it.
1 power clam would secure
but
them.
That doesn't look like it's going to happen because Azure goes for a push just like that.
Yeah, 3 down on Good Mining. Overtime is still happening, but that 1 clam is going to stop it. That's the set right there. My goodness, Azure.
I'm sorry, that happened all too fast. Was that a splashdown jump that I saw that worked?
I believe Raze took that blaster into a splashdown jump.
That's crazy.
I mean, yeah, it's not every day you see vanilla blaster. It's not a very common thing to see.
No, people argue that splashdown's the worst special in the game. Just seeing it utilize it. That's top 16. That's Splatoon. It's
not a bad special if you know how to use it.
Absolutely. And with that, it looks like the set is wrapped up with a clean sweep by Azure.
Yeah, I mean, but clean sweep, 2 of those were overtime wins, so this was by no means a very easy set for them to win.
No, not at all. Both teams played great, and it was great to watch, very entertaining, and just great play all around.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, that ending play by Azure was great. I didn't even see it coming, and I have spectator cam. Raze just immediately jumped in, and the power clams win, and that was the game for them. Yeah,
and that was it. It's just so much happening in this game at any given moment. It's so exhilarating.
Yeah, the fact that you have 5 minutes plus overtime for a game, which sounds like a lot of time, but it really isn't with all that you have to get done. And just a couple of seconds can make or break a game. A split-second decision on which way to go or who to throw clams to, who to back up is really what can make or break a game. And it's really, really cool. I don't think I've seen really any other games as fast-paced as this.
No, absolutely. Within those 5 minutes, you can make a half-second split decision that was wrong and just either throw away a lead or throw away a chance to take the lead. You have to be constantly playing at your best to be able to rise to the top.
And it's like, because you're going to make those mistakes, the other team is going to make those mistakes. Everybody is going to make those mistakes. And so that's why one of these quotes from, I believe it was a document on guides and roles and stuff like that, just in a game of Splatoon, everything is constantly going wrong.
Yes.
It's not... Things might be going your way, but a lot of things won't be going your way because, you're playing against other people. You are people yourselves, and you're not going to have perfect games every time. You're going to miss bomb throws. You're going to have weird, bad jumps, and that's just the beauty of the game. You adapt and you learn to learn from those mistakes and to roll with the punches.
Absolutely. And even better than recovering from your mistakes, I would argue, is being able to notice opponents' mistakes and really
Yeah.
capitalize on that mistake and keep momentum rolling on. Maybe just like one misplaced bomb or one out of positioned
But
teammate.
like even funny things like people falling in the water is huge because you didn't even have to devote any energy to killing that person and they're dead just for you. So just things that can be range from comical to downright being splatted by the propeller on Anchovy, they're huge.
Absolutely, just the amount of ways to mess up in this game is astounding.
Yeah, I mean, I believe we've all had our fair share of, I've been splattered by sprinklers. I've fallen off the map too many times to count. I once,
Inkjet exhaust.
oh yes, inkjet exhaust. I don't know if I've died that way yet, but I know it's definitely a thing. A humpback pump track has you have one way to get out of spawn, but you can still swim through the grates on either side. I once tried to swim out of spawn, wasn't paying attention, and just swam right off the edge.
Well, that's one way to learn a map.
It definitely is. I don't think I've done that since I've done that. So I have learned from my mistakes.
Yeah. And another thing is just like learning the path and for like tower control or Rain, especially Rainmaker. Some of the paths in this game for Rainmaker are very cut and dry, but then like a few maps have that really weird way you can push it that maybe the other team just never expects because they never see it.
There's lots of little tricks, whether it's just little walls on the side of things to climb up on, or like you said, Rainmaker and tower paths. Like learning those, and because in tower control you have a predetermined path. You don't want to be winning fights before or on the tower. You want to be winning fights before the tower gets to that point, so that it's clear. So that you're not constantly under fire. Well, that's the best case scenario. Maybe you will be fighting while you're on the tower. It's gonna happen.
Like you said, just mistake after mistake and trying to resolve them.
And really, it isn't a bad thing because you're going to have things that go your way. You're going to, remember to substrafe. You're going to hit lucky shots or get really good team plays. It's just a balance of those two and learning how to, again, adapt with it. It's just, it's such a game about adaptability, really. It's like, you do have drills, you walk around, you figure out who's going to go where. But it's more of a habit thing than it is, I'm going to implement this play. Sometimes you think that, but really it's just split-second habitual, time-honed decisions.
Absolutely.
Like people, I've been asked, I've coached some people before, casuals making the jump to comp, and it's like, how do you learn this? How do you know which way to go or how to substrafe? And my answer is always time and habit. Constant focused practice, and also just rewarding yourself when you remember to think of something. Like I remembered to substrafe one time in a game, and that made my whole game.
Yeah, absolutely. Just practice and consistency of any technique will really help you improve it and make it a habit, so you don't have to actively think about it.
Definitely.
So, like, I'm sure a lot of top players, they don't even think about substrafing. It's just something they do every time they turn at this point.
Yeah.
And speaking of top players, it looks like we have Climb versus Prophecy coming up.
I'm very excited for this one. I've been wanting to see Climb this entire time.